talk to us about yen weakness. We have the finance ministry saying, you know, yen weakness, yen moves are a reflection of the fundamentals of the economy.
Absolutely. There's literally no break or quiet for any yen trader out there right now. Everything's turned once again against the currency. Japan truly is the biggest outlier here when it comes to monetary policy right now, and the Fed is hawkish. Everyone from the RBA to the RBNs that are hiking rates. So investors are really seeing very little reason to buy Japanese macro assets right now when the Bank of Japan is insisting on ultra-loose monetary policy. And as you can see from the jawboning that's happened, it's not really having much of an impact on the currency. So people are not really buying the messaging at the moment. So you put things into perspective. Goldman has said that there's potential for stronger language to come about if the yen keeps sliding further. And others like GSFM are saying, you know, we're still bearish on the yen. Gaitame says that 147 cannot be ruled out. So more weakness potentially ahead.
Ruth, of course, on the other side of this is the dollar. I mean, it did look as though that dollar rally a few months ago had essentially petered out. Now we've got a supercharged rally. I mean, what's behind it? It can't suddenly be all about yield differentials.
Yeah, definitely the case that the dollar's on the rampage again, and there's few signs to sort of show that it will stop anytime soon. It does come down to the flip side of the yen trade. In this case, you've got a hawkish Federal Reserve that's fighting four-decade high inflation at all costs. You've got incredibly high Treasury yields by, many standards, and investors seeking haven assets. So all of this is a cocktail that really makes the dollar a prime buy target. So the Bloomberg Dollar Spot Index, for example, is trading near the record high again. The Aussie is well below 69 US cents. Yen is near 140. The euro is just clinging above parity until the war in Ukraine ends, until there's stability in the energy and commodities markets, and until the Fed stops hiking rates potentially, you're going to see the dollar being the clearest long for many traders out there.
Yeah, and sterling with the one.
We have the PBOC.
Go ahead.
The PBOC fixing the yuan higher than estimated. Can the PBOC continue to defend the currency?
Gosh, that is the other currency that is being very much in the crosshairs for any trader out there right now as well, particularly in the Asian hours. A lot of it does come down to that dollar strength and just how bullish people are on the dollar. And in the wake of that, the yuan gets caught up in the selling. And as we've seen in Japan, a lot of jawboning doesn't do much of the currency. And there are a lot of companies, including the likes of RBC and even Goldman, that is expecting yuan to break 7. So is it futile at this stage potentially? Do we see a recovery in the yuan in the months ahead? Absolutely. But right now, pressure's definitely on the yuan to break that 7.